Like, I hope OBS does not crash anymore. Well, I tried to go live like 15 minutes ago, but it crashed and we redo everything. So the live starts again. Firstly, I like this infinite window thing. I'm a very big fan of this infinite window thing. If I see two mirrors in front of each other, I'm watching that. I'm being in that place. I'm going to be in that place. Any place where there are a lot of mirrors, I'll be there. Well, that is now how we do starting a stream actually. Well, I will have my breakfast. It's not quite the right time to have breakfast, but yesterday I slept late, so I woke up late. I didn't do stream yesterday, but today again I'm streaming, so I'll constitute for yesterday and today. So if it's to 12:15 right now, so like because it's 12:15 right now, I can take the stream up to 4:30. I'll be doing some other stuff as well. You know, uh, I would like to make a render first. I want to render something. It will be a small render, so not a big deal. Apart from that, I'll put some timers. See, I just made this stream private actually. I don't no longer exist. Oh, I want to be like longer Pomodoro. Clothes, yeah, clothes are my task. Okay, we can go ahead. Yeah, okay. Uh, First thing I do is I render something. It's like when I'm taking break or when I'm away from keyboard for streams, I'm going to render that thing. Mm, so there are many major tasks I'm going to multitask as well. Firstly is obviously we have to edit reels for my client, so that is something which I'm really wanting to focus. And why I'm speaking loudly, why I'm more free because nobody's around, guys. I'm at my most comfortable position right now. Mm, so the thing is, we are going to conduct research for formality as an app now. So this thing, it's like with Word because we are making a sample. We are making a product which is supposed to function to fix the errors of some other product. I really don't need to sit and talk with humans at this point because most of the errors, most common of the errors, the formatting errors and stuff, uh, will usually be available on websites like Reddit, Quora, and yeah, Reddit and Quora it will be available, or it might be available on Microsoft customer complaints, etc. So it's not a big deal for me to try and find them out, list them out. My problem statement also will form, right? So there are these things which I'll be doing, but it is a very low intensive task right now. The intensive part will be where I'll have to sit and read through all that and decipher and understand it. Apart from that, I have to run a few agent coding part, code agents and stuff as a background process. Well, I'm making something, but if the thing is I can't tell it out on YouTube directly. It will cause a lot of concerns, uh, and I think it's not even good when you know if somebody will know and I'm making something like that at this point because a lot of things that is my personal project, right? Uh, so there is not a lot of understanding which is required actually. No, 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 no. Waiting time. No, 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 the components. Yeah. So I need to render this. How long is the animation? It's nice. Enough, right? So that see, I can export using media encoder. That I can do, but I have to also look around for RAM. Now, why do I say that? Is because time. Yeah. So I am not using media encoder right now? It's because it will take a lot of extra RAM because I'm trying to multitask, right? That is why I started with the render first. Second thing is, yeah, as I was on the list of saying a lot of things. First thing was that we will be doing research for formality. Second thing was me working on a personal coding thing, which I don't really code, but well, yeah, I get really compared to my coding basically, and I don't have a shit ton of I don't have any knowledge about coding, so I have to have some patience to get things work right. And the project is a little concerning because it has a few features which if other people copy, then might sound unethical. So that is why I would keep it in background. I'm streaming in daytime because I missed the stream last night, and maybe I'll stream tonight as well. Is there a way to just continue to stream? Because I don't know. I don't know if that's possible. And then there are concerns about power, right? So there is a power cut concern. Then I do have a problem. This 19 minutes. YouTube.in. Okay. PewDiePie installed Linux. Well, yeah, Linux is really good. I know, right? But I can't run these things on Linux. That's my problem. I can't run these things on Linux. So, because see, I have Ubuntu, I have like subsystem, but you know, man, Daredevil season 2 trailer is out. I know. I want to see counting cars, but maybe they'll just put a copyright. It's not some individual creator, right? What? What? Hey, wait. I want to see this, okay? LCU khatam. Bro, no. But, okay. And then I want to also see this. Uh, I'll see this first. Sorry. Movies are quite a little more important than the computer or the techie thing in my.
एलसी को लेकर, कैथी टू को लेकर, रजनी और कमल के मूवी को लेकर, अल्लू अर्जुन के मूवी को लेकर जितना भी सोशल मीडिया में रूमर घूम रहा था, उन सब में कितना सच्चाई है और कितना झूठ बताने के लिए लोकेश कनगराज अब खुद मीडिया के सामने आ चुके हैं भाई। हाँ भाई, एक प्रेस मीट रखा गया था जहां लोकेश आकर इन सब के ऊपर चर्चा किए और वहां वो क्या सब बोले उसी के ऊपर आज के इस वीडियो में हम चर्चा करेंगे। तो भाई अगर आप एक एलसी के फैन हो तो इस वीडियो को बिल्कुल भी मिस मत करना। अब चलो सबको साइड में रख के पहले कैथी टू से स्टार्ट करते हैं। इस प्रेस मीट में लोकेश बताए कि कूली मूवी रिलीज होने के बाद रजनीकांत और कमल हसन लोकेश को बोले कि उन दोनों को लेके वो एक मूवी बनाए, पर मूवी रिलीज के बाद लोकेश कैथी 2 ही बनाने वाले थे। तो ऐसे में वो उन्हें क्या जवाब देते? मैं 5-6 साल से कैथी 2 मूवी को डिले करता आ रहा हूँ और डिले नहीं कर सकता। अभी कैथी 2 ही बनाऊंगा, उसके बाद जाके इस मूवी के बारे में सोचूंगा। भाई नहीं, वो सोचे कि ऐसा मौका मुझे और दोबारा नहीं मिलेगा। 40 साल बाद जब इन्हें लेके एक मूवी बनाने का मुझे मौका मिला है, तो पहले मैं इस मूवी को बना ही लेता हूँ, उसके बाद सोचा जाएगा कैथी 2 के बारे में। अब वो गए कैथी 2 के प्रोड्यूसर ड्रीम वॉरियर पिक्चर्स के पास और बताए कि ऐसा 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 है और मैं अभी इनके साथ एक मूवी बना लेता हूँ, उसके बाद अगर कैथी 2 को बना लूंगा। बताओ ऐसे में कैथी 2 के प्रोड्यूसर और कार्तिक के रिएक्शन क्या होगा?
अरे क्या क्या करूं मैं इसका, क्या करूं, क्या करूं इसका, क्या करूं, मार भी नहीं सकता।
लेकिन फिर भी उन्होंने हंसते हुए कहा, जा लोकेश जा, पूरी कर ले अपनी सारी फैंटेसी। तो फिर लोकेश आकर अपने सारा फोकस इस प्रोजेक्ट पर लगा के इसका स्क्रिप्ट के ऊपर राइटिंग शुरू कर दिए और 1.5 महीना तक पूरी ईमानदारी से एक स्क्रिप्ट की आइडिया क्रैक करने के बाद जब उन्हें इसका कहानी सुनाए, तो पहले तो वो दोनों काफी एक्साइटेड थे, लेकिन फिर बाद में बताया कि नहीं, हम अभी काफी दिनों से ऐसे एक्शन मूवी सब बना रहे हैं और इसका कहानी में भी काफी ज्यादा वायलेंस है, तो हैवी एक्शन मूवी रहने देते हैं। अगर लाइट हार्टेड मूवी कुछ बना सकते हो तो बताओ। अब बताओ ऐसे में लोकेश का क्या रिएक्शन होगा?
जो इसमें आया
भाई हर किसी को पता है गैंगस्टर एक्शन या वायलेंस मूवी के अलावा लव स्टोरी, कॉमेडी या लाइट हार्टेड मूवी लोकेश कनगराज बना ही नहीं सकते। तो वो लोग इनसे ऐसे कैसा कैसे कर सकते हैं? फिर क्या लोकेश बोल दिए मुझसे ना हो पाएगा, मैं चला कैथी 2 बनाने। आप इसके लिए कोई एक और डायरेक्टर ढूंढ लो और कैथी 2 बनाने के लिए लोकेश ड्रीम वॉरियर पिक्चर्स और कार्तिक के पास चले गए। लेकिन तब तक काफी देर हो चुका था, क्योंकि कैथी 2 को देने वाले डेट कार्तिक किसी एक और मूवी के डायरेक्टर को दे दिए थे। हाँ भाई, यही रीजन था कि लोकेश अब कूली के बाद कैथी 2 बना नहीं पाए। और वो जो कैथी 2 के लिए लोकेश इतना पैसा मांग रहे हैं, अपना फीस बढ़ाने को बोल रहे हैं, कम फीस की वजह से वो कैथी 2 बना नहीं रहे बोला जा रहा था, उसे लेकर भी लोकेश क्लियर किया कि कैथी 2 के केस में इशू उनका फीस नहीं था, ये था रजनी और कमल वाली मूवी के पीछे पड़ना। मतलब जिस मूवी के लिए वो कैथी 2 की डेट को मिस कर दिए, वो उस मूवी को भी बना नहीं पाए और वहां से आने के बाद कैथी 2 को भी टाइम पर बना नहीं पाए। तो ऐसे में कार्तिक के डेट मिलने तक वो क्या करते? उनके पास काफी ज्यादा टाइम था, तो वो मैत्री मूवी से की गई कमिटमेंट पूरी करने की सोचे, जिनसे वो 5-6 साल पहले ही एडवांस ले चुके थे। हाँ भाई, काफी पहले से शायद मैत्री मूवी मेकर्स को लोकेश को बुक कर लिए थे, और क्योंकि अल्लू अर्जुन के साथ भी लोकेश एक मूवी बनाना चाहते थे, इसीलिए वो 3 साल से बीच बीच में इसके बारे में अल्लू अर्जुन से चर्चा कर रहे थे। तो वो अल्लू अर्जुन के साथ एक मूवी बनाएंगे बोल के मैत्री मूवी मेकर्स के पास गए। तो वो तो कब से रेडी थे, इनका स्टोरी अल्लू अर्जुन को पसंद आया, प्रोडक्शन हाउस से भी ग्रीन सिग्नल मिल गया, तो बिना देरी किए फटाफट इस मूवी को अनाउंस कर दिया। और अब भाई लोकेश अल्लू अर्जुन के साथ ये मूवी बना रही है। लेकिन इसी के साथ वो एलसीयू का रूमर को लेकर भी क्लियर किया कि एलसीयू का खेल जो खत्म हो गया, एलसीयू का सारा मूवी कैंसिल कर दिया, इस यूनिवर्स को लोकेश ने छोड़ दिया बोला जा रहा था। वो बोले ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है, क्योंकि जी स्क्वाड प्रोडक्शन हाउस को जैसे उन्होंने बनाया है, वैसे ये एलसीयू नहीं है जिसे जब चाहे वो अपना मन मर्जी से बंद कर दे। एलसीयू को ऑडियंस ने बनाया, ऑडियंस ने ही इस यूनिवर्स का नाम एलसीयू दिया है, तो वो सिर्फ अपनी मर्जी से इस यूनिवर्स को क्लोज कैसे कर सकती है? एलसीयू का प्लानिंग अभी भी ऑन है और अभी तो एलसीयू का खेल शुरू होने वाला है। अब माना कि वो पहले भी ऐसा बता चुके हैं, लेकिन फिर भी उन्होंने कंफर्म करते हुए बोला कि इस बार पक्का वो अल्लू अर्जुन वाली मूवी के बाद कैथी 2 ही बनाने वाले हैं। और वही नहीं, उसके बाद वो जो विक्रम 2 और रोलेक्स के ऊपर मूवी बनाने की कमिटमेंट किया है, उस कमिटमेंट को पूरा करते हुए वो उन सारी मूवी को भी बनाने वाले हैं। लेकिन कैथी 2 को आने के लिए थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा, तो तब तक एलसीयू में उनका बेंच मूवी आ रही है बोले, और साथ ही और भी मूवी आती रहेगी बताई। मतलब हाँ, ऐसा काफी चांसेस है कि जैसे बेंच मूवी को वो दूसरे डायरेक्टर वक्यराज कन्नन को दे दिए, वैसे एलसीयू के बाकी कैरेक्टर के मूवी को भी वो अलग अलग डायरेक्टर को दे सकते हैं। पर अभी से हम उस सपनों की दुनिया में नहीं घुसते, क्योंकि पहले बेंच और वो चैप्टर 0 शॉर्ट फिल्म को तो आने देते हैं भाई। वो आने के बाद बेंच का रिस्पॉन्स, उसका हाइप, उसका क्रेज, उसमें एलसीयू के कनेक्शन देखने के बाद हम एलसीयू के बाकी कैरेक्टर के मूवी या वेब सीरीज के बारे में हम सोच सकते हैं। अभी भी सोच सकते थे, थ्योरी बना सकते थे, लेकिन कूली के बाद तो लोकेश ने जो झटका दिया है भाई, इतना आसानी से भूला पाना पॉसिबल ही नहीं है। अभी के लिए बाकी मूवी या वेब सीरीज छोड़ो, बेंच मूवी, कैथी 2, विक्रम 2 और रोलेक्स मूवी कंफर्म है। और हाँ, चैप्टर 0 शॉर्ट फिल्म भी अगर लोकेश ने उसके बारे में भूला ना हो तो। क्या अब एलसीयू के अलावा अगर बाकी अपडेट्स की देखे, तो लोकेश को जब पूछा गया कि अल्लू अर्जुन के यही मूवी लोकेश के वो ड्रीम प्रोजेक्ट इरुम्बु काई मायावी होने वाला है, तो वो हाँ तो नहीं बोले, वो बोले कि अभी अभी उन्होंने इस प्रोजेक्ट को अनाउंस किया है, जिसका शूटिंग भी अभी उन्होंने शुरू नहीं किए, तो इसका आंसर प्रोडक्शन हाउस ही देंगे। लेकिन ये बात याद रखो कि वो मना भी नहीं किए। तो हाँ, ये प्रोजेक्ट वो इरुम्बकाई मायावी मूवी हो सकता है और नहीं भी। इसका टाइटल अनाउंसमेंट वीडियो आने के बाद जाके हमें पता चलेगा। फिर इन्हें जब आमिर खान के साथ बनने वाली मूवी को लेके पूछा गया तो भाई वो बोले कि उनसे अभी भी बातचीत चल रही है। वो बचपन से आमिर खान के फैन रहे हैं, तो वो तो उनके साथ मूवी कंफर्म बनाने की सोच रहे हैं। लेकिन अभी लोकेश का कमिटमेंट और आमिर खान का भी कमिटमेंट इसका इजाजत नहीं दे रहा। तो फ्यूचर में जब उन्हें टाइम मिलेगा तो वो उनके साथ एक मूवी जरूर बनाएंगे। फिर उन्हें उनका एक्टिंग डेब्यू मूवी डीसी के बारे में भी पूछा गया तो वो बोले कि वो उसका 2 शेड्यूल को कंप्लीट कर चुके हैं और उस मूवी का सिर्फ 25 दिन की शूटिंग बाकी है। इससे ज्यादा डीसी मूवी को लेकर वो कुछ भी बोलने से इनकार कर दिए। बाकी के उसका डायरेक्टर अरुण माथेश्वरन बताएंगे।
This is such a strange thing. Your software, Linux, is in millions of computers. It probably powers much of the internet. And I think that there are like 1.5 billion active Android devices out there. Your software is in every single one of them. It's kind of amazing. You must have some amazing software headquarters driving all this. That's what I thought, and I was shocked when I saw a picture of it. I mean, this is the Linux World Headquarters.
Yeah, it really doesn't look like much. And I have to say, the most interesting part in this picture that people mostly react to is the walking desk. It is the most interesting part in my office, and I'm not actually using it anymore. And I think the two things are related. The way I work is I want to not have external stimulation. You can kind of see it on the walls are this light green. I'm told that at mental institutions they use that on the walls because it's like a calming color. It's not something that really stimulates you. What you can't see is the computer here. You only see the screen. But the main thing I worry about in my computer is it doesn't have to be big and powerful, although I like that. It really has to be completely silent, right? I know people who work for Google, and they have their own small data center at home, and I don't do that. My office is the most boring office you'll ever see, and I sit there alone, in the quiet. If the cat comes up, it sits in my lap, and I want to hear the cat purring, not the sound of the fans in the computer.
So this is astonishing, because working this way, you're able to run this vast technology empire. It is an empire. So that's an amazing testament to the power of open source. Tell us how you got to understand open source and how it led to the development of Linux.
So how I actually work,
I mean, I still work alone. I mean, not really. I work alone in my house, often in my bathrobe. When a photographer shows up, I dress up, so I have clothes on. And that's how I've always worked. I mean, this was how I started Linux, too. I did not start Linux as a collaborative project. I started it as one in a series of many projects I had done for myself. Because I needed to do something because I enjoy programming. So it was about the end of the journey. 25 years later, we still haven't reached, but it was really about the fact that I was for a project of my own, and there was no open source really on my radar at all. And what happened is the project grows and becomes something you want to show off to people, right? Really. And this is more of a, wow, look at what I did. And trust me, it was not that great back then. I made it publicly available, and it wasn't even open source at that point. At that point, it was source that was open, but there was no intention behind using the kind of open source methodology that we think of today to prove it. It was more like, look, I've been working on this for half a year. I'd love to have comments, right? And other people approached me. I had at the University of Helsinki, I had a friend who was one of the open source. It was called mainly free software developers. And he actually introduced me to the notion of, hey, you can use these open source licenses that had been around, and I thought about it for a while. I was actually worried about the whole commercial interest coming in. I mean, that's one of the worries I think most people who start out have is that they worry about somebody taking advantage of their work, right? And I decided, what the hell, right? And
And then at some point, someone contributed some code that you thought, wow, that really is interesting. I would not have thought of that. This could actually improve this.
it didn't even start by people contributing code. It was more that people started contributing ideas. At your project, and I'm sure it's true of other things too, but it's definitely true in code, is that somebody else takes the
Well,
code, looks at it enough to actually give you
chat
feedback.
starts with
That was a huge
project
I mean, so I was 20 at
formality.
the time, so I was young, but I'd already programmed for half my life, basically. And every project before that had been completely personal, and it was a revelation when people just started commenting, started giving feedback on your code. Even before they started giving code back, that was, I think, one of the big moments where I said, I love other people. Right? Don't get me wrong. I'm actually not a people person, right? I am, right? I don't really love other people. But I love computers. I love interacting with other people on email because it kind of gives you that buffer. But I do love other people who comment and get involved in my project, and it made it so much more.
And so was there a moment when you saw what was being built and it suddenly started taking off?
Well,
And you thought, wait a second,
I share this in common with him.
just a personal project that I'm doing
Project
myself,
formality.
but a kind of an
We
expression
have
development in the whole technology.
research section.
Not really, I mean, the big point for me really was not when it was becoming huge, it was
Research
when it was becoming little,
section.
right? The big point for me was not being alone and having 10, maybe 100 people being involved. That was a big point. Then everything else was very gradual. Going from 100 people to 1 million people is not a big deal. To me, well, I mean, maybe it is if you want to sell your results, it's a huge deal, don't get me wrong. But if you're interested in the technology and you're interested in the project, the big part was getting the community. Then the community grew gradually, and there's actually not a single point where I went like, wow, that just took off. Because it took a long time, relatively.
So all the technologists I talked to really credit you with massively changing their work. And it's not just Linux, it's this thing called Git, which is this management system for software development. Tell us briefly about that and your role in that.
Okay, hi. Hi. Hello. Is my chat GPT using microphone? Yeah, hello. 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 Nah, this is not working. It wasn't working. Hello. Hello. Nah, that didn't work. That didn't work actually. So I guess I'll have to type it. We are building product basically that that fixes document, especially malformatted, especially malformatted. What's the issue I have with it? personal experience and man, those days, that entire 2 days, I didn't sleep properly just because I was manually typing out those files. So, if you're familiar with what I said in my previous stream, formality is an product which we are building. We, in the sense, me and the AI tools that is going to help me in research and stuff. Designing is all my job. I'm going to design everything manually, and coding is where the product's leverage will go towards the AI agents, and I will be more of a supervising part of it. It's basically my skill set. Okay, I can get the thing done by myself using almost everything within free limits, right? Not even investing more than internet and electricity. I'm not investing anything more than internet, electricity, and time. And that is what I feel should be, like, a good thing about a sample portfolio project. And this project can actually span into every direction of my work. Uh, this is a huge project, and we can break it down into pieces. First thing, I'll get a case study, right? Usually people have 2 to 3 case studies, but because this is like around end of January, and I'm planning to take 300, 400 more streams, maybe like 300 streams more. So So yes, we are kind of back for this short this thing. Ha ha ha. Good try. Um, yeah. So what else were we doing? Yeah. Uh, I don't know what I was speaking. So for that, I'll have to like go back and look at my own life a little. So what I was saying. I'll have to like before I took the break. So thing done by myself using almost everything within free limits, right? Not even like actually this is case studies, but because this is like around end of January and 300, so maybe like 300 streams more. So yeah, so like I was just saying that with the 300 more streams like these, like more than 300 streams obviously, which I'm planning like by the time I'm on my 300 stream, there should be uh, three or four big projects which are like completely where I have delivered a white-coded part. I have delivered some UX research and UX designs, all the wireframing and stuff, and UI designs, bespoke design, brand identity. So I'll have five or six big projects to showcase. And meanwhile, like we'll have our everyday fun sometimes, right? Because not every single day I'll have, something to work on, right? So the thing is that even I can like do this thing, make random ass designs and put it on Instagram and stuff. Because as I said, I have to like make my Instagram thing also more presentable. The fun part is none of you are going to see me while doing this. My streams have like one or two views, max to max four views, and that's first when I used to start YouTube before my 14 channel failures. Uh, it was something that was very demotivating. Now it's like a relief. Now I can be like, yeah, nobody's watching, so I don't have to perform much. The more people I see in front of me, that much performative I become. Like, I'm not my true self if I'm not doing that. And second thing would be I'm still a little performative. I tend to act in front of camera a lot, and you can catch me while I'm doing that. So I just lived. If I am doing act, if I'm acting, I need to be comfortable, right? So getting that comfort and being watched also brings a sense of this thing. What do we call it? What do we call it? Whatever we can call it, but we'll get back to this. Yeah, especially malformatted files. File types are going to be any kind of Word or Google documents. I necessarily don't intend to make an integration to their softwares, rather something like a web page, rather something like a web page or mobile app. If something is a web page, it's very easy to convert it into a mobile app. So if it can run on web, converting into an Android APK, it's much easier. So it's like that. And if I can see now, right now, as I said, I'm a very big noob at coding. I don't know anything about it, and I might not have enough knowledge, and it's a good thing because I'll get to know, right? So if I can convert my PC as the main server to that app, hosting it, or hosting it in the sense like without needing to buy a domain name, because I have my server, and I'm not looking for some SEO optimization and stuff at this point. I just want everyone to be able to use it, but uh, source code and all, it's already AI generated, so yeah, I don't think a lot of people respect that. uh, but yeah, the point is, I just want it to be available on web. I will just drop the link when the so like I must be either too naive or too much excited to actually, I'm thinking about the end and not and somehow skipping the beginning. That happens, and you should stop doing that and start working on things, web page or a mobile app. I don't know why do I call it mobile. Usually I call it a phone. When I'm typing, I like to type mobile and web page. Yeah, web page, like a web page or a mobile app, or and oh, mobile app. My grammar is like kind of uh, I have a good vocabulary. I guess so. I don't really know. And, I'm building a product, basically an app that fixes documents, especially malformatted documents. File types are going to be kind of Word or Google Doc, or any kind of Word or Google Doc. I necessarily don't intend to make an integration to their softwares, rather something like a web page or mobile app, where you can drop files and take away fixed ones. Fixed ones. Now this uh, complex parts, because you would have the complex part, right? We have to do some research, some extensive research in various stages, like primary, secondary, etc. Secondary, etc. Also build a case study, but this is not your part. This is not your job. Your own. I am also collaborating. We have to mention this. Collaborating with Gemini and Perplexity and Perplexity. I trust you as a good dashboarding place, because one, uh, I am on a better subscription model. Subscription model, and two, uh, you work better in memory context. This is like based on my use cases. Okay, I don't mean that ChatGPT is actually very good with memory. I don't know. Like when other people might use it, they might have some different kind of issues. In my use cases, it has always been somewhere around good to really good, good to really good. Like that is a spectrum which it has itself in. So uh, you are the central agent. So you are the central agent, and for the study and documentation, I will use a notebook, notebook LM. Using notebook LM, every one of us knows how notebook LM is really helpful, if not by now. And if anyone is like using stones and papers and rocks by now, okay, rocks and stones are the same thing. If you're still using rocks and stones and stuff like that, actually you should try notebook LM. It's basically, it will convert whatever you paste in as a PDF or a document into a data point, and you can ask questions regarding it, and you can ask it to make explainer videos or explainer audios about it, and it will actually make good ones. It might take time by now, but it will actually make good ones. It's just for learning. You can generate mind maps, and it will help you. Right? When you're trying to research or when you're trying to study something, it will help you. Now, why can't we do it ourselves, you may say? Sometimes, like if you have a very busy life like mine, um, sitting and doing all that will delay my work. Right? I can sit and do mind mapping. I can do it for hours. Like if you see the amount of words I speak while I'm speaking to the camera, or while I'm even while I'm typing the prompts and stuff. I type like 1,000 words, 2,000 words prompts sometimes. My and this thing doesn't take it like that. So then I'll have to cut down my prompt and stuff. So everything, all that things and all. So like my mind runs at many directions at the same time. So I can sit and write the mind maps by myself. But at this point, I don't have to be in a position where I am exploring this. I have to move in a direction where I can find a solution. Exploration, yeah, during idea I have to explore, which is what I'm going to do now. This part of the work where we are researching everything. This is where we are actually exploring the problem, and this is where I'm going to put my discussion. I'm going to put my energy of discussion into it. And I'm also plugging in the client's hard drive now, so we'll also have to edit reels on the go for this thing, because yeah, that is something that I have to do. That is, if my client likes the videos I make, I will get a job where I can also travel and stuff. So maybe I'll be able to put some vlogs into my channel, proper video types. After like 10, 12 streams, I'll ask one of my friends who wants to learn video editing and stuff, who can download my streams and cut me a few videos, a few highlights or something like that, uh, for the regular video content as well. Why I'm hiring someone else to put content for me? Because there should be a perspective where like I'm not uh, see, when you're being presented by someone else, there is very less chance of manipulating your character, right? So if someone sees me as a dick, then they'll show me as a dick mostly. I'll allow that. I wouldn't even ask him what the edit is. I'll look at it once and I'll upload it. That is how insensitive I am about myself or anybody else. I can take a lot of jokes and it comes out as insensitivity in many situations. People even think that I have zero emotions. I have a lot of emotions, but my basic tangent is, well, I don't find life much meaningful in general. Getting back to work, why life is not meaningful is something like a huge discussion we should be doing. Yeah. So in this, basically, I have just explained it what its roles were and what I'm going to do with the project. So definition, I am agent plus dashboard brain, not the intern doing surveys. Let's lock this cleanly. My role, what I'll do: structure the research program, what to study, what in what order, why. Design that dashboard, what signals matter, what to ignore. Translate messy findings from Gemini plus product requirements, failure, feature priorities, scope cuts. This is bullshit. Don't build it. Flags. Okay, yeah. Stress test assumptions like a hostile reviewer with coffee and time. I will not run primary interviews, collect raw survey data. Nothing, right? Let's define the product in one brutal set. Upload broken documents, gets professionally structured, readable, standard, complaint complaint files back. As I said, my vocabulary might not be good enough for that line, but yeah, let's trust it. And if this sentence ever gets fuzzy, the product dies. Keep it taped on wall. I have like I don't have a wall where I can tape stuff. Uh, Research program, high level map. We will run layers, not chaos. Problem reality check foundational. Goal: confirm this pain is frequent, expensive, and emotional. Uh, Key questions: where do documents break most? Academic submissions, corporate reports, legal compliance talk, resumes, proposal. What is actually broken? Scaling, styles, headers, footers, columns, tables, and images, TOCs, and reference. Why existing tools fail? Word styles too complex, Google Drive inconsistent reports, AI rewrite tools destroy formatting. My job here: turn findings into problem severity matrix. Competitive and substitute analysis, reality slab. You're not competing with apps, you're competing with manual reformatting, time tax. Interns or juniors, reliances on Fiverr, screw it, submit it anyway. We classify tools into formatting tools, AI writers, uh, converters, PDF doctors, chaos merchants, human services, slow but reliable. My job: create a why you exist and why they suck grid, no mercy. Have some mercy, people. I was in that screw it, submit it anyway few days ago. Why no mercy? Okay, yeah, I'm acting. That's a bad joke. Uh, Technical feasibility, framing without building yet. Why am I just? Why can't I just listen to this?
Good. Clear role definition. I'm the agent's dashboard brain, not the intern doing surveys. Let's lock this in cleanly. My role, what I will do, I will structure the research program, what to study, in what order, why. Design decision dashboards, what signals matter, what to ignore. Translate messy findings from Gemini, Perplexity, Notebook LM into
I was reading it better. My voice like is better, right? Google Docs, produce malformatted files. We find the core of the problem. Types of problems. Types of problems. Of errors. List of errors. Reddit, Quora, and communities, reviews, etc. Have a list, and summaries. Have a list and summaries. and extensive research listing out code level issues causing in these problems, why usually these occur during sending mail attachments, why conversion from Excel or Sheets to Doc or docx is actually a hassle. A list of problem statements and proper citation. Citation is very important while you're researching. Well, this is a very basic thing, but people sometimes I would like to say these things simply just for me to remember at some point. Citation is one of the most important parts of research. If your research is not cited properly or not cited from either real user interviews or from actual good sources of web or trustable sources or some really well uh, reputed sources, it's a wasted research, right? I'd give you a simple analogy about this. It's like asking a liar, did you lie, will always make the liar seem the truest person on the planet, right? That is how AI also works. Like, if it asks the website that are straight away producing misinformation or they are saying lies, then what you receive from that thing will also be a lie. So when we are trying to cite things for research, you can't cite lies or assumptions. You either need a concrete problem or a concrete solution which is provable. And if you spend your time in proving every single assumption, it will be hell. Your product will never finish. But the internet, what it has done is it has combined the whole world. So now the same problem that happens with you might happen with somebody else as well, right? So they might have found some kind of solution which worked for them. You can cite that what worked for them, and then you can say, okay, this method works in that way, right? And when if the method works that way, then what are the different kinds of fixes we can use to get that method? Either we can minimalize the steps for the method. Let's say for some people starting a bike using a kick is really hard, so they made a power button. Right now you can just you can just do this thing and accelerate. Or bike has some different names for the same parts a scooter has. I use a scooter, so in my case it's like you accelerate it a little while pressing a brake, and then you push the power button, the thing starts, right? So right, it solved, it minimalized the step, right? What was kick meant for? It would create some kind of energy spark or something, so that the whole thing starts, right? Or something that is connected to engine will somehow start receiving energy from a point so that it starts running. And they just made a simple button that creates that energy point without you needing to kick it really hard. That is how solutions work, right? Someone made the kick to start the thing, and then we minimalized it to the point where we use power buttons. That is how things work. That is why citation is really important. Citation from trusted, reputed, and clean sources. Reddit and Quora and communities. Arey man, again start something. Wait, I'll stop this. Communities. We also need the username information and of dates and versions of concern. Yep. So that is one thing. And perplexity, currently I have nothing where I am using deep research. I'll read the research, right? And then I like, if there are like multiple citations or multiple solutions that I find, I'll list out the project, like the thing from perplexity. Perplexity is good for researching, right? It is good for researching, but I want, because it can dig into so much details. Wait, I'll just read this. It's too small. Yeah. Research technical documentation and developer blocks to identify architectural difference between Microsoft Word's open XML format and Doc's internal JSON based rendering engines to find code level causes for formatting discrepancies, investigate the specific technical hurdles involved in converting sheets or Excel tables into documents, focusing on CSS mapping, cell padding, border rendering inconsistencies, find information regarding why sending Word or Google files as email attachment cause formatting issues, especially when looking into MIME types, local font availability, and how different email clients preview documents. Search Reddit for threads related to Google Docs and Word formatting errors to extract list of specific user complaints. Search Quora and official Microsoft and Google community forums to expert discussions on document corruption and layout shifts, identifying common error patterns and reported bug IDs. Analyze technical white space or articles from reputed public tech news sources and software engineering journals that critique the compatibility between proprietary and open source document standards. Compile the list of specific problem statements such as font submission errors, margin shifts. Okay, I'll just finish that reading. Okay, I'll wait. Margin table breakage with summaries explaining why they occur from a technical perspective. Synthesize the gather community reviews. Yeah, analysis results, create report. Ready in few minutes. Start research. I have nothing bad on that part, and we will also be taking a break because I have to hydrate, right? And my 5 minutes start now. Look you. We are back, and okay. Uh, Research will begin soon. Due to heavy traffic. Okay. Research queued. Okay. No problem. So by that time, I'll just have a check if my stream is going well. What is like the maximum quality of my stream files to get? What is like the maximum quality of my stream? The lower the quality, better the stream. Yeah, good way to like romanticize uh having less money. What was this? Because of the meeting? Nope. Nope. Back to work, guys. Back to work. I was also talking that I have to resume some of my work back in there in anti-gravity. And then we also have this thing. We have to edit reels. Whoa. See, I am a good musician. I just know to do this thing though. uh, there will be a day where I will be making good melodies, man. I have just started. Like my whole music editing journey has been more like how do you call it? Playing around with whatever FL Studio can do for me. Right, most of my journey has been like what FL Studio can do for me, and it's been just 3 or 4 months since I've actually started using FL Studio, and I haven't even used it seriously yet. So like you know, until there is some kind of stakes attached to what I'm making, I don't think I'll be making something really great out of it at this point. But because I want to learn music as well, take some. So yeah, EDS is a project. Uh, how do I want to hide one particular window or blacklist some windows from popping up on screen directly. How do I do that? That is how to block certain apps on OBS. Certain apps or web pages being shown on OBS. OBS Studio, I guess. How to record specific window. That's the issue, man. Like, I want to record the whole screen. No, I want to record the whole screen. I want to blacklist some windows from recording. Hey, wait. Get rid of black screen. Like, let me use this.
you tried to screen record a clip from your favorite streaming service like Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, or Amazon Video. This is going to be super easy, you thought, but quickly you ran into this issue, the dreaded black screen. Instead of spending hours trying to find a solution like I did, you can just watch this video to easy, you thought, but quickly you ran into this issue, the dreaded black screen. Instead of spending hours trying to find a solution from post, step 1, download and use Chrome. Be sure that you're using Chrome screen recording app that also allows us to capture the system audio or the internal audio of your computer. This way you capture both the video and the audio. Pretty easy to use. And now
Hey, this thing is like illegal, man. Don't do that. Add Google Chrome in OBS. No. Split audio. No. Live chat. Finally switching. Yeah, I will also. AI 1 million views to this. Why? अरे यार, seriously. I'm searching for this too. Can I block some apps from being displayed on OBS recording even while even while a full display capture is on, because OBS does hide uh, system pop-ups, system administrator pop-ups. So pop-ups. So can we replicate that for other apps? That for other apps or web pages as well. Did this start? Hey, start my research, man. Hey, start my research. Hey, my research. You said a few minutes, man. It was half an hour ago. It's such a cheat, nah? Why am I speaking like that? I don't speak like that, man. I just say 3 words. काम करना भोसड़ी के. Yeah. Somehow I am behaving a little extra. When I said about that, I'm acting a little in front of camera. This is what I mean. You can't fully blacklist apps from full display capture, same way OBS hides admin UIC pop-ups, but you can get close with scene setup and blur masking tricks. Okay, OBS can natively hide settings, general hide OBS windows from screen capture, prevents OBS UI from showing up in display capture screens as screenshots. The behavior hard-coded is hard-coded for OBS only. Can't add other random apps and browser windows to that same ignore list. Ways to hide in practice. Avoid display capture, use window or game capture instead. Capture only the apps you want. Figma browser. Anything other Windows, WhatsApp, Telegram simply never gets resource. Use layered scenes plus blur mask uh, in display capture. If you really need full display capture, you can hide sensitive zone instead of whole apps. Create duplicate it as another source above. Apply blur as pixelation, stream effects, composite blur plugin or similar. Copy that blurred source, hold all drag edges to only cover the area where a specific web page appears. Even in a different virtual monitor. Okay, it might um yeah, sounds like it has started. Okay. How does she thinking as well? This thing is going on as well. Looking into this. History, passive version. Yeah. Uh, yes. And what was I regarding this yesterday? Wait. Oh yeah. What was it? V0 is down. Yes. Present sports. Yes. Passive sensors. Yes, here I see now being at the same point actually distance from the independent. It's confirmed control output, hands can write noise is acceptable in V0 or untraceable action. Action booted sense reacted displayed artifact shutdown without corruption of noise and no more interface as spinal socket. Core only system state idle listening executor shutdown event ingress EOSI's hand system type signal frame action result payload raw unprocessed timestamp okay UI field read only states in this status why this interface okay, I have without refactors platform not a project the interface or I can just make this firstly I'll yeah this exists I need I need tabular confirmation for the assumptions I made. I need tabular confirmation for the assumptions I made in this project, and the required changes after that. Yep, I do that. So basically, this thing is not like it's like an modified AI. Okay, we got a report. Nice. I know you people are not seeing, but if at all anybody sees and just tries to pick that thing up from no, I might be in a little trouble because what I make is that project is like completely personally for me. It's not like I'm going to release it in public or I'm going to provide source code or I'm going to like kind of if it gets in the wrong hands then so for that now we have the technical report can just oh my god there are mathematics in this there is a lot of maths in this yay the very thing that I hated and the very thing I didn't want to become an engineer that stopped me from becoming an engineer was mathematics. I love physics. I love chemistry. I love those two subjects. I even now I look at it and I study those things as far how much as far as I can. I like I like listening to the theories and stuff. But when it comes to actually trying to solve the problem using numbers, I am not the person you talk to. I am this person who has the idea. He needs someone else to help him execute it, who is good at doing the robotic part. I am someone who will set goals for it. It's like I'm Tony Stark, but I need my Jarvis, right? Tony Stark has the idea. Tony Stark builds the blueprint. Tony Stark does the match, but well, I'm bad at it. I'm not so good at it. Tony Stark leveraged design to Jarvis more because that would be like continuous tweaking and all would just be more time waste for him. For him, functionality was above everything. I am a little bit different. I am a style guy more. So functionality is something that I'll design for how it should look. I need someone to execute it. I need some robotic arm to install the chip and do the soldering and stuff. I will be the one who designs that part, that what kind of functions should occur when that thing is complete. So I really don't know at what position of brain I am working at. I might just be with the biggest fool of the mankind at this point, or I might just be someone who is like nearly, you know, flowable smart, or I might just be a person who is bluffing. I don't really know. So, firstly, summary of community feedback. Summary of community feedback. Lily Presti 1 year ago, Reddit. Long academic document lost TOC, tables, images, and footnote during docx export. Andrew Andy. What the hell? Word file stored in Drive, not edited in docs, developed random text fields and font Muthai Muthai team. Reddit or Microsoft or formatting fucked up during email, WhatsApp transmission despite native apps on both ends. Exactly that problem has been occurring with me a lot. I feel you, Muthai. And when we say fucked up, yes, it is fucked up. The whole format suddenly goes from human made to zombie made. Although the corporate employees are zombies, I agree that. But the very reason they are zombies are because either the apps don't work properly or the bosses don't work properly. I have the bosses who work really great. But I get the apps they use are like shit. I hope they are not. They will. I hope in their entire life they don't watch my stream because you have you have TBs of storage, terabytes of storage you can easily buy using Google. Why are you depending on like Microsoft to get your work done? I don't see a good reason. Like the entire chemical industry is depending on Microsoft Word in India. Why? Google does a better job. Please understand. Making a shift is actually a very good thing. When it comes like if you have a new tool that works better, you can shift, right? You can shift. Okay, I'm sorry. Don't fire me. Please don't. Sorry. I shouldn't speak like that. Continuing, Neo stars. Copying and pasting HTML tables in documents stripped all CSS classes, leaving only inline styles. Scarlett Turner, what? Ruby on Rails? Paperclip downloads from Drive identified as zip files. Breaking standard docx MIME validation. Documents consistently appear longer in docs than Word due to Helvetica versus TNR with shifts. Harold Anderson, Google Docs shape placement described as poor, confusing compared to Word's object engine. Word's object engine is actually good, but the word on every other thing, let's say on the column things, the interpretation, Word's integration between files of its own family. Word, Excel are from the same family, but if you copy something from Excel and paste it in the Word, there are many instances where I have seen the files get fucked up. Like it should be like basic understanding for a Word program that if something is being copy pasted from Excel or an Excel file is being opened, we by default get into a column layout with tables in it. Why doesn't that happen now? Or if it doesn't happen only in specific cases? Whenever I have tried, it has not worked. See, I am speaking like from my experience. I've tried like 4 5 times and it have not worked. And there are problems, and we can see a lot of them are similar. As we speak, the reports highlight persistent frustration. Users often blame for improper formatting, like using spacebar for alignment. Yet even those whose proper styles find that underlying architectural mismatch causes documents to degrade. Code level issues, specific documentation. Yeah. So I'll export to docs. No. Share and export. I want to share it. I don't want to share it like this. Create web page, infographic, quiz, flashcards, audio. Oh my. 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. So there is a little bit of gloomy weather right now, and I have to start back with my work. Open project. I should not be here. I should go into clients. Uh, brought a save. Oh, no. Auto save, auto save, auto save, auto save, auto save. Okay. So 26th January. Auto save. We open this thing. This thing I can like no. I can completely copy and paste this into some place. Yeah, we were editing again.
In a world where ads chase you everywhere, this guy makes them sharper, smarter, and actually seen.
This by the way is directly uh, um, from a final interview edit, which is like half an hour long, somewhere around half an hour long. I have edited that part. So let's say even if I have source clips, I would still want to use this part. Firstly, I would say like I'm kind of skeptical. So I'll go somewhere around here. I don't know what's cool. But that's not the case. It does do that. Nice. I just switch this thing on. Mm, not here. We were supposed to be where? Project formality. Yeah. Mm, Gemini's first deep research read CARH report is here. I have given perplexity to find loophole and ignored area of research. Based on this, so I might receive it. RECICEI, always confusing. Receive it soon enough. Also from these. Oh, I have also found. Oh my god, this thing has made a document for me. I love this thing. Oh, continuation is also given. Okay. I've created comprehensive continuation report that systematically identifies critical bits in the original document, interpretably enhances report is key findings. ODF 40 paradigm. The original report was written without acknowledging this. For 2025's OSS approval of ODF 1.4, which directly addresses the unsolvable conclusion, accessibility standards gap, CA PDF UA compliance implications are completely absent despite legal significance. Unvalidated mathematical models, font metrics equation lack empirical support. Metadata and overly embedding failures represent an entirely separate failure category not adequately explored. Economic behavior omissions and analysis ignores institutional incentives perpetuating incompatibility and user workaround ecosystems. Methodological bias, community source data stack representation, validation, and temporal analysis. Standard pathway, a visible solution to ODF 1.4 adoption exists but was unaddressed in the original. Continuation report is designed to be attachable and provides evidence based on critique. Okay, export PDF. Always have your reports exported as PDFs. Uh, Receive. Reading PDF document. What expansions can we see regarding the malformatting malformatted word files during conversion or email attached in. Oh, yes, yep. Recent expansion in has revealed deeper structural and ecosystem issues beyond basic architectural mismatch. XML validation features, automatic formats, Google warning systems, and structural corruption. What topics fail to validate post conversion due to malformed XML structures like unclosed tags, invalid characters in document XML. Manual zip extraction reveals corruption from embedded objects or encoding issues requiring specialized repair tools since general ZIP utilizes fail. GAS conversions. mm, Pasting more information. So if I go to Notebook LM, you see, I can make a video over here, I can make a mind map, I can make flashcards, I can make slide deck, I can make data tables, I can make infographics, reports, everything. And it helps me a lot. If I were to manually do all that, it might take me a lot of time. Uh, yeah. So yeah, we'll add notes. Yep. Convert to source. Yeah. Go to studio. Very nice. And I don't need this thing. Uh, I want everything I wrote until now. Or wait, I can do this thing. Man, I can simply copy all of this. Wait, I can do this. Control A. I can do this. Wait, I can get this thing like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. And I can like still go shift and I can do like this. Like this, like this, like this. The reason why I'm pasting like everything is to mimic the understanding method what we have gone through, right? So if there is a loophole somewhere in the thinking itself, I can like try and find it. I'll add another note in this and I'll just paste all of this. Yeah, convert to source, go back to the studio, add sources. So add one more source. I'll just download this. Hey, this was a advertising communication, by the way. Yeah, I'll add digital upload. Yeah, I will this and we paste me and there paste this. Notices. Yeah, I can do this. Okay, then I have a plan, right? It's like 2:15 by now, so we are like 2 hours. We're streaming like since 2 hours now. Starting with the real part is really important, so I'll just close this chat because uh, see, testing on my priority, I have noticed that I am not using it, so maybe it's not on my mind right now. If I can say that as easily I should. So I just closed it. Second thing is I will be editing reels after a long or after a longer break. So well that will be much easier, right? I can take a longer break because I guess this is my fourth session or something. By the end of this, I can take a longer break, and then I'll start with the reel part. My goal is before 4 o'clock, which means I'll have like multiple sessions. But let's say in within 2 hours, I should at least get two reels done on editing. Okay, I will not render them. Rendering part I'll do at night, but I should get two reels ready. And my goal was four, but getting two reels ready is actually a good start for now. Because like the if the general cut is done, then I can simply adjust it and change the graphics and stuff at the night while I'm doing the day 7 stream. Surprisingly, day 6 and 7 are occurring on the same day. Much like in Hindu calendar, like two festivals happen on the same day, or the festivals transition on the same day. So I don't think that's an issue. Who cares? Who even cares? Nobody cares. I'll do multiple streams in a single day. Who the fuck cares? Or it'll be like day 6 part 2, right? Something like that. So we'll get this thing done first, and I'll go and I'll just say, hey, uh, where are we? This is a simple question. Hey, where are we? And rewrite problem statements with hypothesis format. Sort of brief converted into research questions notebook. Research questions. Research questions. Something that's what. Okay, we currently are. Okay, can I just get it? Like, we currently are examining continuing interoperability crisis between Microsoft Google Works. Its sources is a subtle fragility in digital documents. The current stage of research highlights that we are in a state of fundamental architectural incompatibility where words OOXML, ZXML, and Google Docs Cloud native JSON model can't be converted without loss. Key areas defining where we are in investigation include silent data loss, integrity failures. We have identified problems often drop tracked changes, comments, and metadata without warning users. A silent feature that poses significant risk in legal enterprise workflows. Furthermore, converted files frequently contain malformed XML that may fail validation in automated systems. Uh, Padigram shift, VR turning point approval versus standard viable padigram pattern. This standard is already being adopted in institutions like NATO and European Commission to serve universal interoperability layer. Economic and strategic lock-in. Current environment is shaped economic incentives. Neither Microsoft nor Google motivate to achieve perfect interoperability as conversion fiction helps maintain platform lock-in. Well, that's sorry, accessibility and legal risk. We are seeing the interoperability failures are no longer just formatting information, but potential violations of accessibility laws, such as section as conversion often breaks the semantic structure required for screen readers. Uh, And deterministic pipelines. Google currently uses multiple distinct conversion engines, download, share, or API pathways that produce unpredictable results, making failures difficult to debug or reproduce. In summary, sources suggest which are moving away from viewing these issues as temporary bugs and towards framing problem as systematic, institutional, and economic. While technical gap remains in emergence. Okay. Explain in very simple words. Simple words, right? Explain in very simple words because I doubt uh, that while I want to explain it to humans, while I want to explain that to a basic human who has nothing to do with NATO and Microsoft, who has nothing to do with NATO and Microsoft, NATO or Microsoft, Microsoft, yeah, Microsoft, Microsoft, nothing NATO or Microsoft. That's I just at that point was like I'm very highly motivated to say microscope for some reason. Well, the scope with Microsoft is microscope, so oh my god, how performative can I be? Where is the limit of what microscope? Seriously, is this your answer? Think of Microsoft Word and Google Docs. That's it. Somebody did tell me that I have like serious issues while being patient. And wait, can I go? One thing that I want to know is go to YouTube. Continue the same stream. If I disconnect willingly.
How to end your stream when you suddenly just don't feel like streaming anymore. Actually, that is a totally normal and completely valid thing. Sometimes you're just streaming and then out of nowhere.
Bruh, no, I don't need emotional shit. I am like, no. Yeah. There is always a Indian uncle who just knows what you want. All these Gen Z fools. All these Gen Z fools. What? Why is there Excel? I really want to know why is there Excel? Why is this so odd? There is always a Indian uncle who knows everything. I'll just lower the quality.
If you're live streaming using OBS Studio, sometimes it happens. Suppose the
ये एकदम से लाइट चली गई, हमारा पीसी भी बंद हो गया, लाइव
I understand English, but
मान लो आधे एक घंटे के बाद लाइट आती है,
dubbing is really bad.
शुरू करते हैं तो होता क्या है, हमें फिर से नई लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग स्टार्ट करनी पड़ती है। तो आज के वीडियो में आपको मैं ये बताने जा रहा हूँ कि कैसे आप उसी लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग को आगे कंटिन्यू कर सकते हो। यानी जब आपकी लाइट चली गई, सिस्टम बंद हो गया, उसके बाद फिर से आपकी 1 घंटे बाद 2 घंटे बाद जब लाइट आती है, दोबारा से आप सिस्टम स्टार्ट करते हो, तो वहीं से आपकी वही लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग आगे कंटिन्यू कैसे करोगे उसी के बारे में बता देता हूँ। बहुत आसान है ये करना। तो अब हमें जाना होगा अपने पीसी पर। पीसी पर जाने के बाद सबसे पहले आपको अपना OBS स्टूडियो ओपन कर लेना है। यहाँ पर आप देख रहे हो मैंने अपना OBS स्टूडियो ओपन कर लिया है। तो यहाँ पर OBS स्टूडियो को ओपन करने के बाद अब आपको जाना है अपने YouTube चैनल पर। तो यहाँ पर मैं अपना YouTube चैनल ओपन कर लेता हूँ। उसके बाद यहाँ पर जो प्लस का बटन आ रहा है, क्रिएट का बटन आ रहा है, इस पर क्लिक कीजिए, गो लाइव पर क्लिक कीजिए। जैसे ही आप गो लाइव पर क्लिक करते हो, आप YouTube के लाइव कंट्रोल रूम पर पहुंच जाते हो। लाइव कंट्रोल रूम में यहाँ पर आप देख रहे हो, यहाँ पर आपको लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में 3 ऑप्शन। दोस्तों, अगर आप भी OBS स्टूडियो से रिकॉर्डिंग करते हो या फिर आप YouTube पर लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग करते हो, तो आज का वीडियो आपके लिए बहुत ही यूजफुल होने वाला है।
Uncle is a seasoned Subha Kesari person. In real life, I might not take any advice from him, but currently he has a solution to my problem. I'll not have power failure, but I can still shut my PC off and move away. You know, that's some kind of freedom. And then I can come back to the stream. So, like, it's crazy.
क्या आप जानते हो, हम में से ज्यादातर लोग 99% लोग ये गलती कर देते हैं, एक छोटी सी सेटिंग करना भूल जाते हैं, जिसकी वजह से उन्हें बहुत बड़ा खामियाजा भुगतना पड़ जाता है। अगर आप OBS स्टूडियो में मान लो रिकॉर्डिंग कर रहे हो या फिर आपकी लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग चल रही है और ऐसे में किसी कारणवश आपका
While we speak Hindi, why is it that we call streaming streaming? No worries. Take time to take a long break. Okay, wait.
डिलीट हो जाए, स्ट्रीमिंग चल रही थी वो एंड हो जाएगी और आपको दोबारा से लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग करने के लिए दोबारा से आपको लिंक क्रिएट करना पड़ेगा। आज के वीडियो में आपको मैं इसी प्रॉब्लम का सॉल्यूशन देने वाला हूं। कुछ छोटी छोटी सेटिंग्स हैं जो आपको OBS स्टूडियो और यूट्यूब के अंदर करनी होंगी, कर लेना है। तो मैंने अपना OBS स्टूडियो ओपन कर लिया है। ये OBS स्टूडियो का लेटेस्ट वर्जन है OBS 30.0.2। तो सबसे पहले बात करेंगे रिकॉर्डिंग की। जब आप OBS स्टूडियो से रिकॉर्डिंग कर रहे हो तो आपको कौन सी सेटिंग का ध्यान रखना चाहिए। सबसे पहले यहाँ पर आपको सेटिंग्स पर क्लिक करना है, उसके बाद यहाँ पर आपको आउटपुट पर क्लिक करना है और ऊपर की साइड यहाँ पर सिंपल और एडवांस दो ऑप्शन आ रहा है, आपको एडवांस ऑप्शन सिलेक्ट करना है। इसके बाद यहाँ पर स्ट्रीमिंग के बाद एक ऑप्शन आएगा रिकॉर्डिंग का, रिकॉर्डिंग पर क्लिक करना है। अब यहाँ पर टाइप आपको सिलेक्ट करना है स्टैंडर्ड। रिकॉर्डिंग पाथ में आपको सिलेक्ट करना है कि आपकी जो रिकॉर्डिंग होगी वो आप किस फोल्डर में अपने पीसी में कहाँ पर सेव करना चाहते हो। तो वो आप यहाँ ब्राउज पर क्लिक करके जहां भी इसे सेव करना चाहो वो लोकेशन आपको यहाँ से सिलेक्ट कर लेनी है। उसके बाद नीचे ऑप्शन आ रहा है जनरेट फाइल नेम विदाउट स्पेस, यहाँ पर आपको इसे टिक करके रखना है। उसके बाद रिकॉर्डिंग फॉर्मेट का ऑप्शन आ रहा है। अब यहीं पर हम सबसे बड़ी गलती करते हैं, यहाँ पर ज्यादातर लोग इसको सिलेक्ट कर लेते हैं MP4 को। तो आपको MP4 फॉर्मेट सिलेक्ट नहीं करना है। अगर आप MP4 फॉर्मेट सिलेक्ट करके रखोगे और अगर आपका OBS बीच में बंद हो गया तो आपकी पीछे की सारी रिकॉर्डिंग गायब हो जाएगी, आपको रिकॉर्डिंग नहीं मिलेगी। तो आपको इस सेटिंग का ध्यान रखना है। जो रिकॉर्डिंग फॉर्मेट वाला ऑप्शन है इसमें वाला ऑप्शन देख रहे हो .mkb, तो आपको ये MKB वाला ऑप्शन सिलेक्ट करके रखना है। अगर आप इसे MKB में सिलेक्ट कर लोगे तो अगर आपका OBS बंद भी हो जाएगा तो आपकी जो पिछली रिकॉर्डिंग है, जितनी रिकॉर्डिंग आपकी हो चुकी है वो आपको मिल जाएगी वापस। कैसे मिलेगी वो भी मैं आपको, रिकॉर्डिंग की सेटिंग यहाँ पर हो चुकी है, ठीक है। उसके बाद मैं आपको लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग की सेटिंग भी बता देता हूँ। ओपन कर लिया है। अब आपको यहाँ पर एक प्लस का YouTube चैनल पर, तो यहाँ पर मैंने अपना YouTube चैनल ओपन कर लिया है। अब आपको यहाँ पर एक प्लस का बटन दिखाई दे रहा है, क्रिएट का बटन दिख रहा है, इस पर आपको क्लिक करना है। उसके बाद गो लाइव पर क्लिक करना है। जैसे ही हम गो लाइव पर क्लिक करते हैं तो YouTube के लाइव कंट्रोल रूम पर पहुंच जाते हैं। यहाँ पर आपको तीन ऑप्शन दिखेंगे, एक स्ट्रीम का ऑप्शन आएगा, एक वेब कैम का ऑप्शन आएगा और एक आएगा मैनेज का। आपको मैनेज पर क्लिक कर देना है। उसके बाद शेड्यूल स्ट्रीम पर क्लिक कर देना है। इसके बाद क्रिएट न्यू पर क्लिक कर देना है। अब यहाँ पर आपको अपनी लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग का टाइटल वगैरह दे देना है। मैं यहाँ पर दे देता हूँ टेस्टिंग। इसके बाद डिस्क्रिप्शन जो भी आप लिखना चाहो डिस्क्रिप्शन वगैरह यहाँ पर दे देना है। कैटेगरी है वो सब सिलेक्ट कर लेना है। यहाँ पर आपको थंबनेल वगैरह सिलेक्ट कर लेना है, जो भी आपको थंबनेल दे रहे हैं वो आप यहाँ पर सिलेक्ट कर सकते हो। उसके बाद प्लेलिस्ट, ऑडियो, ये सब सेटिंग तो आप जानते ही होंगे, ये सारी सेटिंग्स आपको यहाँ कर लेनी है। उसके अलावा यहाँ पर टैग वगैरह लगाने हैं, टैग लगा लीजिए, लैंग्वेज, लाइसेंस, ये सब सिलेक्ट आपको यहाँ कर लेना है, ठीक है। उसके बाद नेक्स्ट पर क्लिक कर देना है। इसके बाद यहाँ पर कुछ इस तरह के ऑप्शन आपको मिलेंगे। अब यहाँ आप देख रहे हो कस्टमाइजेशन का ऑप्शन है, लाइव चैट का ऑप्शन आ रहा है, ये सब आपको यहाँ पर सिलेक्ट कर लेना है। सेटिंग्स आपको ये सब आती होगी। उसके बाद फिर से नेक्स्ट पर क्लिक कर दो और उसके बाद यहाँ से आप विजिबिलिटी सेट कर सकते हो कि आपको ये प्राइवेट रखनी है, पब्लिक रखनी है या अनलिस्टेड रखनी है। तो फिलहाल मैं इसे पब्लिक पर क्लिक कर देता हूँ और उसके बाद हम इसे डन पर क्लिक कर देंगे। तो यूट्यूब के लाइव कंट्रोल रूम में हमारी लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग क्रिएट हो चुकी है। उसके बाद यहाँ आप देख रहे हो स्ट्रीम की का ऑप्शन आ रहा है। ये स्ट्रीम की हमें कॉपी करके अपने OBS स्टूडियो के अंदर पेस्ट कर देनी है। लेकिन यहाँ पर एक सेटिंग का आपको ध्यान रखना है, बहुत जरूरी सेटिंग है। जैसे यहाँ आप देख रहे हो एडिशनल सेटिंग्स का ऑप्शन आ रहा है। एडिशनल सेटिंग में यहाँ पर आप देख रहे हो एक इनेबल ऑटो स्टार्ट का ऑप्शन आ रहा है, इनेबल ऑटो स्टॉप का ऑप्शन आ रहा है। ये आपको ऑफ रखना है, इस साइड रखना है, इसे आपको ऑन करके नहीं रखना है। अब इसमें गलती हमारी क्या हो जाती है, अगर हम यहाँ से इसे इनेबल कर देंगे, इनेबल ऑटो स्टार्ट या इनेबल ऑटो स्टॉप, दोनों को हम यहाँ पर अगर क्लिक कर देंगे तो उससे क्या होगा, जब आप OBS स्टूडियो में जैसे ही अपनी लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग स्टार्ट करोगे तो आपको यहाँ YouTube में लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग स्टार्ट नहीं करनी पड़ेगी, सीधा आपका OBS से ही वो स्टार्ट हो जाएगी और OBS से ही स्टॉप हो जाएगी। अब ऐसे केस में क्या होगा, जैसे ही आप अपना OBS स्टूडियो बंद करते हो या फिर आपकी लाइट चली गई, OBS स्टूडियो बंद हो गया, तो यहाँ से आपकी लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग भी ऑटोमेटिक बंद हो जाती है। तो उससे बचने के लिए आपको क्या करना होगा, इस चीज को आप यहाँ पर ऑफ करके रखिए। इनेबल ऑटो स्टार्ट इसे ऑफ करके रखिए, ऑटो स्टॉप को भी ऑफ करके रखिए। अब इस केस में क्या होगा, जब आप OBS स्टूडियो से अपनी लाइव को स्टार्ट भी कर दोगे तब भी आपकी लाइव तब तक स्टार्ट नहीं होगी जब तक आप यहाँ से स्टार्ट नहीं करोगे। और इसी तरह से जब आप OBS से अपनी लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग को स्टॉप कर दोगे तो लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग OBS से तो बंद हो जाएगी, लेकिन यहाँ पर बफरिंग में चलती रहेगी जब तक आप यहाँ से इसे बंद नहीं करोगे। तो अब मैं आपको इसका प्रैक्टिकल करके दिखा देता हूँ। आपको बस यही ध्यान रखना है, यहाँ पर इन दोनों जो ऑप्शन दिख रहे हैं इन्हें आपको ऑफ पोजीशन में रखना है। उसके बाद यहाँ से
let's say if I can go to my current stream, I can go to my live, select this, right, edit, title and description, view live control room, right, dual stream, enable auto start, enable auto stop, and I'll just counter interviews views in general. My stream settings. I'll not end the stream, but if I close OBS, anyway, I'm going to take a long break, right? If I close OBS, then let's say just how much am I risking at this? One failure today, a good lesson tomorrow. Yep.
पेस्ट कर देना है, जो स्ट्रीम की आपने वहां से कॉपी की थी उसे यहाँ पेस्ट।
So now, am I on a new video? Where am I? Did I just continue? Did I just continue? Yes! Yes, we did it. I learned how to do it, and it's actually really. So I'll be taking a long break now, like 15 minute ka it is allowing me to take, but I'll guess I'll take a longer one. So meet you guys as soon as possible. It's 2:40, so I guess I'll meet you at 3. I'll also kinda sorta have lunch and stuff. While I can do that on stream also, but yeah, because after that we'll have to get 2 reels done within an hour. I'll have to get 2 reels done within an hour. That's just really I don't know what it's like, but I have to get 2 reels done within an hour. I'll see. It's impossible practically, but let's see if I can do that.